recommend
we just put in a order or recommendation,
Yes.
kind of in an order, like, hey, here's what we ruled, and this is what we recommend.
Yeah.
You approve it under
That's
these
that little
conditions.
glitch in the code for those special exceptions.
It's the short one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can
No one was made
just
aware
attach
of
the staff report as was presented to us,
We're
for
gonna honor
you
it.
as the board, and just put it as part of the recommendation. But it
But
does,
we don't
I don't
approve
think
it.
that
You shouldn't be
document
allowed
or
to
the
have
staff
50
report is recorded in the public record.
49.11 feet high step.
Well,
But that's what the code allows now. Well, that's what legal said. Oh, yeah, I wasn't.
what
gonna
I
get-
sent.
Yeah, the determination is the only limit today, as long as you stay out of that 3 feet, it can be theoretically 50 feet, because that's the height of the building. That's not what it was intended to be. Gonna go with that. That's why
I'm like,
Y'all still go on?
we talked in how like passion.
Look, how many times have I steered you wrong? A lot. Which one was the worst one? Which one was the worst one?
You're refunding.
Karen does help out a lot. I will not deny that. Which one went away?
But my argument was is that email. I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's your
since
fault.
there was only one.
That email was
The very
never
first one.
circulated
to everybody.
to anybody else.
Well, what was weird is
Yeah.
I started seeing them happen on other people's houses.
Yeah.
So I
So
pulled those
Zelina-
drawings that I sent in that email off of the portal.
And that was very helpful, because it was actually like, you had an example, it wasn't, oh, I said.
Yeah, and it's under
Yeah.
construction and I'm like,
Oh,
We're just
like,
not,
yeah.
but I don't think, I mean, you see what I'm saying? I don't think that it,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cause I looked at the thing, and I was
That's for
like,
forgiveness,
"That
right?
sounds familiar." And then I Googled it.
one thing, if he,
Dr.
thanks
Z,
to you.
why couldn't you do both? Yeah, why couldn't you get us out of all of it? I just
Right.
got,
Well,
I don't
that's
even,
it.
I've
It's
quit
on my
picking up
list
the
of,
books.
you know.
Well, I've quit picking up the books. Well, I can see some of it.
yeah, number 2. They'll be back because they have multiple other issues. Like, well, let's switch it for this. I'm like, no, we don't, you gotta start from like the beginning.
I was in geometry earlier, so I was really
Not bad. I actually finished all of my work.
good job.
All right. I hate.
Okay, we're gonna start.
Yeah, he's right there.
You can tell, he'll tell you how to pronounce it.
At this time, we will call the October 23rd, 2025. As we have our invocation followed by the pledge of allegiance. Charlie, if you would do the invocation for us.
Dear Lord, thank you for the honor to live in this great nation, in this great county. Please guide us and watch over us here tonight to do what's best for our county and our citizens. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. We do appreciate all the board members that's with us tonight. Mr. Taylor is not with us, but we do have 6 out of 7, and we appreciate that. We appreciate Melissa stepping in and taking over for Karen. I was gonna say something. We appreciate our attorneys, Mr. Hayward, being with us, and Bob, for everything that you do to make this possible. Are there any announcements that need to be made at this time?
No announcements on the legal side. I don't believe we have any appeals pending, and the time for the one with the townhomes, the townhome where they appealed the decision to allow for the one that you were against, the one in the right of way. They apparently didn't proceed forward with appealing that, so that one should be done.
Come out for the county to be able to build their park?
Yes.
So the PO's been issued.
Okay, good. So that was,
Handicap parking at the.
I think there was a roundabout that was supposed to be around there or something. All those things. So yeah, they decided not to seek an additional appeal, so that one's done. So I believe that wraps up any pending appeals that we had out there. Gazebo, one for the dune walkover, for that one's been resolved.
About the one with the gate where they were gonna had the gate up and there was like the walkway down to the beach.
Yeah, you revoked that permit. That one was one when Mac was here. That was where Mr. Hall was also here at the time.
Yeah.
They had issued the gate permit, and this board ended up overturning the director's decision on issuing that permit. And then I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah,
Okay.
that one didn't get appealed.
Okay, I thought they had appealed it.
No, I think they had threatened to, but no, they did not.
Take the gate down.
Should have. It wasn't my job to go out there and make them. So if they didn't, they might have been under code. So I say all that. So I think that wraps up any standing appeals. So nothing on the legal front.
We're in good shape. At this time, we ask each and every person here that plans to speak before this board to stand and raise your right hand to be sworn as no witness.
Do you all swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Bob, you want to come up and tell us which one has been postponed?
Yes, Mr. Chair. So we'll hear today number 1, and number 2 has been removed from the agenda.
Has been removed, will not come back before us.
Well, they'll be back for other variances, but not for this particular one, yes.
We don't need to do any motions or none of that stuff, right?
Well, I guess if they were they noticed for all these other variances, you're thinking they're going to come?
They know, yeah.
No, I'm saying was notice posted?
No, they're going to start, they have to start the process.
Yeah, since they didn't notice for these other potential variances, there's no action for the board to take.
And we refunded their money.
So the only one we have before us is number 1.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
You want to help us with that, how you pronounce that?
Soda?
Zolta.
Zolta.
Mr. Zolta, come up and tell us what you're asking this board to do.
Okay, so I hired a professional house moving company, and they coordinated with Walton County Planning and Zoning to move my house on my own property. And after they moved it, when I went to try to get an addition added onto the house, they indicated that, the Planning and Zoning indicated that the second floor balcony is overhanging on my setback. So it's still on my property, but it's over the setback, which is supposed to be 7.5 feet. So I don't know how it slipped through Planning and Zoning, because they coordinated with them. They submitted plans
Hold on a
and,
minute. Explain that, Jeff. What's the deal with hangover?
So the balcony has to stay inside the 7.5 foot setback.
The balcony
The
does?
balcony does. Because it also has a roof, and roof overhangs are allowed to encroach 18 inches into the setback, but the balcony cannot.
yeah. So the balcony with the roof on top of the balcony is about 3 feet. And apparently fireplaces can encroach, but not a balcony. And this is a second floor balcony.
Hang on one second.
Sure.
Did you state your name for the record?
Edmund Zlota.
Did you get that, Melissa? Okay. So how much is this porch and balcony that's in the setback?
Less than 3 feet.
Less than 3 feet?
Yeah. But I said 3 feet to approximate it up.
The survey does show one corner being 4.5 feet from the property line. So it's right at 3 feet in the worst case scenario. And
Correct. So it's less than 3 feet, right?
But the setbacks is 5 feet?
no, it's
7.5.
this is more than 10,000 square feet.
Okay, if I'm looking at the drawing right, I mean, help me understand this.
Yeah, I've got a drawing right here.
I got one.
This is the balcony. This should be a
We're
7.5
7.5
foot
feet.
setback. This should have been 7.5, and it's only 4.5. So the setback,
So it's 5 foot
It's
there,
here.
7.5.
it's not a 5 foot setback though.
Okay.
This was actually very helpful in understanding.
Color picture.
This picture is the one I'm talking about.
Correct.
Y'all see that?
Got it on the side over there.
Correct. Yeah.
Who moved your house?
I think they're the only house movers around here. I forgot the name of them.
Johnson?
Yes, Ducky. But it's not their fault, because they did coordinate with planning and zoning, so I don't know how or why it's their fault.
In my opinion, it's their fault.
Okay.
Your permit was issued for standard setbacks, and they moved it into the setback.
But you have plenty of room for the structure on the other side. You 42. This house was already on your lot?
Correct,
You just picked it up and moved it?
correct.
How far did you move it?
20 feet.
You moved it 20 feet. Why did you move it?
Because it was grandfathered in back in the day. It sat on the 33-foot, what is that, an easement, a utility easement or something, on the side of the property. So I worked it out with MAC, because they wanted to put a full road through there. So I said, it's not a problem, I'll cooperate and, move the house, and that way it's compliant and with everything else that they're doing there. Yeah.
Easement on the east side of the property?
Correct. It's next to the state park. So now they paved it, and it's a real nice road. Yeah. And I used to sit right in that, easement.
Your survey shows this gravel brick pavers. Is that where your house was located? Is that corrected?
Can I see that?
Sure. Yeah. Let him.
That's the new road here.
So this is the new road. Right, so this is what
The
they
house
did.
was here.
The house was here, like
All the way
literally
down
all the
here.
way here,
Yeah.
so they moved it, you know.
Hey, try to,
Maybe 40 feet out.
Yeah.
guys,
So you moved the
Alright,
house
go-
to the west.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. Chris, hang on. He wants us to have some order. We're getting a little bit out of order. So now, Chris, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Mark.
I just have a question. So the building was moved
Correct,
not because of the lot split.
correct. Well, it was
Was-
a kind of a coordination, cooperation. I didn't have to move the house, that was an option.
So if you moved it and they moved it here and they're responsible, can they just move it so that you're not in the setback?
I mean, you know, it's got a slab underneath, it's sitting on concrete pylons that they put in. Obviously, that would, you know, that's a huge undertake. I mean, that's a huge project.
Right.
I mean, it's a gigantic project at this point, because they had to come in and hold it up, and then they put cinder blocks, you know, and filled everything in.
Who poured you through, Miss Margaret?
Right, yeah, right now.
Go ahead, Chris, sorry about that.
So the house was moved to the west.
Correct.
Was there a north component to that move? Do you know what I mean by that? Or was it moved directly west?
It was, you know, it was pretty much slid straight west.
So your balcony was in the setback before?
Oh, it was way in the setback before. Yeah, it's been in the setback. The whole house was in the setback, of course. Before.
Well, not the whole house.
Oh, yeah, the whole house was in the setback
Well,
and on the easement too.
On the easement. But
Right.
I'm talking about setback to the north.
Right.
7.5 foot
Yeah.
setback to the north.
The house used to sit in the setback before as well.
Who paid for the move?
I did.
Who poured the slab?
A concrete company.
Who was your concrete company?
I don't know. They hired the folks. I don't know. It's one of their contractors to do the, you know, most of the concrete work there.
So you had a contractor come in and pour the slab. They knew how big the house was.
Correct.
They knew how large.
But that's not the way it worked. They moved the house. The slab was poured afterwards, like a month or two afterwards. Yeah, we didn't know that it was
Charge of
in.
locating the house. Who was in charge in doing that?
That's Ducky's.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Stuckey, it's his problem, is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's my problem.
Oh, it's his problem. He
well,
moved it.
yeah, I
So
mean,
he would have to correct that problem and move it back where it should be, is that correct?
yeah, I mean, it was in cooperation with Walton County, so I don't know what happened. I
Well,
wasn't.
you can blame Walton County all you want to. The code says that you have to be 7.5 foot. So where do you want to build your porch or your addition?
It's heading east. It's on there. It's coming off the house, so it's going east from the house.
I think there's a picture, there's another diagram that shows that.
Yeah, that shows the addition, correct.
It's this one right here.
And that will be on the easement, on the setback as well.
It's this one that shows the new, to the east.
Area here,
Catch that.
and then their plans.
yeah, and maybe move the mic a little closer if you could. Thank you.
There's a significant amount of new construction that's being added to the existing structure. New construction has a new porch that wraps around the building on the east and south side. There's an attic space. And the existing structure that's connected to the new living room and kitchen space, what's on that floor? Are there bedrooms there? Are there?
Can you show me?
So in the remodel plans, this area is just shown as being,
The old house.
Yeah.
And then the new house that we funded.
what will this part be?
Oh, that's the old house, I think.
Will it,
So that's just the,
yeah,
so I think that's that's existing structure.
so,
That's the current house.
so there will be two houses on this lot.
No, it's one house because it's connected.
So there's 2 kitchens.
No, there's only gonna be one.
So in the existing structure, there will be bedrooms?
Correct.
Only bedrooms? And a garage, maybe?
It's on the second floor. So
You need to get back to the mic so it can be recorded. You moved the house to the west, so how much is your setbacks on the east side after the construction that you're proposing?
On the east side. Oh, there's the setbacks,
Yes,
20 feet.
after the new construction.
They had plenty of room to
Yes.
go. It wasn't, yeah.
Did they elevate the old house
Yes.
vertically?
They did.
So it created an undercroft
Correct.
space? Is that parking like a garage or
It's just kind of a sitting area, really.
an outdoor
Yeah.
kind of screening
Correct.
type of space?
Correct.
And that's what those concrete piers are?
Correct.
So they temporarily shored everything up
That's right.
and then they built
And then
those
they built
piers
up
up
to it.
underneath it?
So when the slab company came in to pour the concrete, your house was up on jacks?
No, it was already on pylons and everything at that point. We didn't know there was an issue.
So when the concrete company came in, the house was in its
place.
current place,
Correct. So there are
up
two
on
slabs.
pilings.
Yeah, there are 2 slabs. So
Mhm.
initially, they have to build a slab around the parameter of the pylons, and then afterwards, we just filled in where they didn't put concrete. So really, there's kind of a 2-step process.
Yeah, so in my opinion, the quote-unquote professional movers, house movers, I'm not so sure that word's accurate, professional.
But they did a pretty good job, obviously.
No, they didn't.
Obviously, there
We
was.
No,
don't,
they didn't
we
do a
don't,
good
we
job.
don't need to beat the
And
professionalism
then the
up.
second,
Get
so
to-
they put it in the wrong place, and then the concrete poured the concrete in the wrong place.
Yeah, the concrete guys, I don't think they have much to
All
do.
they poured it under their house, but
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious to me. 7.5 and 5 feet, or one of them's 4.5 feet one corner. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's actually right on the border of 3 feet across, pretty much. You can't really tell that there's an inch off or 2 inches off.
I can tell there's between 7.5 feet and 4.5 feet.
Yeah, but the concrete people, you can concrete on setbacks, so I don't think, I can't hold them accountable.
We appreciate it. Any other questions, Ms. Margaret?
No, I mean,
We're gonna give him a chance. Have a seat, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Bob?
Evening, Mr. Chair. The request is approval of variance from section 5.00.03 of the Walton County Land Development Code to reduce the side yard setback 3 feet from 7.5 feet to 4.5 feet. Staff's finding is unless other evidence is presented to the contrary, the requested variance does not appear to satisfy the minimum requirements of section 1.16.03 of the Land Development Code. May I enter the staff report into the record, please?
So enter.
Do you have any questions for me?
Questions for Mr. Bob? Thank you, Mr. Bob.
Thank you.
Is it, as far as the permit that was issued, that's, I think you stated earlier, that's set up, the permit says you're supposed to set it outside of the setbacks?
The permit had the exact setbacks met or exceeded.
And I guess on something like this is a little, I guess maybe unconventional. Is there no, I know normally you have a foundation requirements for a survey, so you'll have the survey where the foundations.
So my understanding where this was caught is the gentleman came in for his additions, and when they were given the new survey, that's when the BPR staff kicked it over to me for the variance. So for him to get the additions approved, he has to get a variance to come into compliance. R.
Question I think Mr. Hayward is asking, whenever they take and come in for a permit to move a house, do y'all require a survey like you do on the foundation?
Yes, sir. It's just like, and that's where it
And
was.
it should have been documented on the ground by the survey, is that correct?
Correct.
That's your testimony?
Yes, sir.
Was that the question you was
Yeah,
asking?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Did it meet the requirements at that time, or?
No, that's
Okay.
where it was caught.
Okay.
We're
That's what I
kind
had.
of beating this thing to death. Thank you.
When the, do they have to, did they get a CO? I mean, it's not a CO, I don't think.
It's not built yet, right?
CO? You got a
After the
CO?
house was moved, you mean?
Yeah, after the house was moved, you got a CO? Why didn't they catch
Hang
it
on,
then?
hang on a minute. Bob, do you have a question for Bob?
That was my question for Bob.
I am not in the BPR, so I can't answer that question.
Any other questions for Bob? Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Now come up. Go ahead, Paul.
So when the house, after they had it moved, they
They didn't require that survey where
Require
they
survey?
they did not. I think what they did is they, based on what I spoke with Ms. Paula, they submitted a survey, but they didn't require a survey to come in and mark where the house is gonna go or anything like that. That was not
I
part of
would have
the,
thought they would have had a survey showing where it was before they issued the CO.
not where it was, just where it currently is.
What I'm saying, where
Yeah.
it currently is.
Where it currently is, correct.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why didn't they catch it then, I wonder?
I don't know.
Do you have a copy of that survey? Is this?
I think that went through Billy Bearden at the building department.
Goes through the building department.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of that.
I mean, that's what I was getting at before, was that, like, was,
Should have been surveyed and why
when
didn't
they,
catch
when
it
they
then?
did the first moving of the house, and they surveyed that to give him approval for a move, and then he came in to get the addition, is when they caught it. So there would have been a survey that would have shown it in the right spot, is what I was thinking.
And also, there's a possibility there was some misinformation regarding second-story balconies being able to cantilever out, because I got misinformation at least twice regarding fireplaces being able to sit in the setbacks, and I even called the local architect to find out exactly if they can or they can't. And the language, I guess, either it's vague or, I don't know, but or if it's, I don't know. But the point is that there is some misinformation, because Bay County, you can cantilever your balcony. But in other words, you're up 10 feet in the air. If the balcony sits over a couple of feet, it's not a big deal. But, Walton County is different, apparently.
If it has a
In the new
roof
language.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has a roof on it.
Yeah.
The balcony could be 18 inches into the setback without a roof on it.
So the balcony can be 18 inches without a roof on it.
Correct.
So
There was no roof that I.
when was the,
That's the porch, the big white porch.
Oh,
That is
I'm
the
sorry.
porch that is cantilevering into the setback.
okay, I was sideways.
so my question is, so the survey that we have is from MTS Surveying and Mapping is dated 9/27/2024 when they did the field work. So was this the survey that was submitted after the house was moved?
And this letter does not actually help your case, because he restates that when you move it out of the right-of-way protection zone, that it needs to comply with the 7.5 foot side setback. And the lot
Whose letter is that?
This is from Matt Carpenter. This is the director's determination for relocating the structure dated March 22nd, 2023.
Yeah.
And so there's sort of two issues here. One is you could have left the house where it was, and it was in the way of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So you did a good thing in moving the house back onto the lot and opening up space for you to have the addition.
Right.
Unfortunately, in that process, that side porch did not get taken into consideration
Correct.
for the side setback.
Yeah.
And there's
Here's a question I have. If it's got a metal roof on it, so if the metal roof is off, is that, does that create, in other words, it's only, whatever, 3 feet of metal roof coming off on that porch. So if the metal roof is not on, does that allow it to be in the setback? In other words, I'm looking for the path of least resistance other than, because
This
there were,
survey drawing does not distinguish between the roof overhang and the habitable portion of the deck. My opinion, looking at the photograph, that the roof extends even further into the side setback than the deck that's shown on the drawing. So
it's possible because it may hang over a little bit over the whatever.
right. So it's both the roof and the porch that's violating the setback.
Do you have any documentation from the planning department that you said that they made an error? Do you have any documentation to that? Do you have any emails? Do you have any phone calls? Do you have
I
any
haven't even thought about it. That's not
Do you
the
have
line
any
of.
documentation where they said that the house had to be 7.5 foot setback?
That's what the director's determination letter said in it very clearly.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear.
And it,
Okay, any other questions?
Is,
Do you have anything else?
I've got one more question.
One more.
On the, this is on the west side, right, that it's in the setback?
it's on the north.
It's on the north side.
the north side.
On the south side, how far are you out of your setbacks on your south side?
Actually, we try to preserve the trees on that side, so that may have been one of the reasons that the house, because again, I don't think they accounted for the upstairs porch, because the house itself sits,
That ain't what I'm asking.
right. Oh, there's probably, I don't know, 30 feet or something.
You had plenty of room to move it
Correct,
out
correct.
of the way.
Well, let me ask you this last question. Why are you fighting so hard to save this porch that looks pretty dilapidated and non-conforming to the
Well, there's a
hurricane
door,
uplift code?
there's a door going out there, and I think it adds aesthetically when you look at it from the east as you're looking, from the north as you're looking south, aesthetically it makes it look more attractive versus just an A-frame,
But when you add the new structure in front,
No, because the new structure actually is way inside the setback, so it's not going to be close to that porch or anything. So it actually starts by the door. So the way it's structured, it kind of comes off the dormer and it doesn't affect the A-frame on the north side.
but it looks like if you were to take off the part of the porch that's causing the problem, that you would still have a porch remaining that could be usable.
I don't think so.
Okay, this is the deal. We're here tonight to determine if we're gonna grant a variance.
And, I've got a question, and I've got a question for Bob too, because, I was led to believe, because I asked Bob numerous times, I said, Bob, what's the likeness of this variance going through? So why would the county, Bob,
And
represent?
I told you numerous times
Bob,
that
if you could,
I cannot speak for the board.
Let me finish
We're
speaking.
not gonna have this back and
Well,
forth.
no, I mean, I want to,
Just hang on.
I want to put this on
You
record.
just- you Put it to the record on the board,
Okay.
okay? Now,
Sure.
what do you want to put on the record?
I want to put on the record that I asked Bob numerous times. I said, Bob, if I apply for this variance, what's the likeness of this variance going through? Because it's my time, $1,000, basically, an expense that entails to come out here to apply for a variance. Again, this thing's still sitting on my property. It's not infringing on somebody else's property. It's not even on the first floor. It's on the second floor. And then I asked Bob, I said, hey, what's the likeness? Because I'm not going to pursue a variance and spend my time and money for no freaking reason. You know what I mean? And Bob indicated that, yeah, there's a good strength. And then he quotes me he quoted you guys, I guess some language about how that it violates something or other. So, I don't know why he would indicate to me that we can to move forward with the variance at a cost, because there's an application fee, plus, sending out all these letters and so forth and so on. And then here, instead of defending my position applying for this variance, he quotes something that contradicts what he was telling me in office.
Sir, I did not, first of all.
Bob,
You'll have a chance.
just hang on. You have anything else to say?
No, I'm done.
Now, Bob, you can come up and answer that.
Mr. Chair, for the record,
and you talk to anyone that applies for a variance, I tell them that you have the right to apply for a variance, that I don't speak for the board. I make a recommendation, but the board is free to determine what path they take. They can agree with my staff report or agree on your own decisions. I've never told the gentleman, I went way, and the director can determine it. I helped this gentleman with his mailing address. I helped this gentleman with his email. I've done more for this gentleman than any other person I've done that's come before this board to help him get to this point. We didn't have it last month because he didn't post a sign. We got this signpost, we had it. I tell nobody that in fact, I routinely tell people, don't be surprised when you see my staff report, and I recommend following of the code, because that is the staff's recommendation to follow the code, and you as a board can make the variance. I made no promises and never do.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Motion close it, public discussion.
Close public discussion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Need a motion?
I make a motion we deny it, just on the, I think it needs to go back to Ducky, and he needs to come move the house and need to cut the concrete out, whatever you gotta do, because I think it was a plane.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any other, just Chris,
No other discussion from me.
Bill?
I would say that Matt Carpenter's letter was not unclear about the 7.5 foot
You're not
setback.
addressing him now. You need
Well,
you got a motion.
I'm addressing y'all as well. And that porch does not seem special enough to save in the context of the fully remodeled end product for this house. So I feel like it should be modified to conform with the setback, given that there's still a lot of work to be done on the house.
Charlie?
I see how the mistake could get made where it would be up in the air. It would be harder to catch it, as it would be if it was sitting on the ground. You'd see it easier. I think he's a house mover that moves a lot of houses. I don't think we ever had any problems with him specifically before. So I think he's fairly well known, fairly liked for his work. I'm more sympathetic to it. I mean, I believe if it was there's lots that we do 5 foot setbacks, so you're not too far. I think he was trying to do a good thing when he moved it out of the setback or out of the easement to the east. I think it just kind of got jumbled up in the mix. I think there was I think it was an honest mistake, and I mean there was room to put it where it should have gone. It would be an enormous amount of work to chip out the concrete and move all the stuff and do all the things to get that much footage. I do agree with Jeff, though, on the part where it would be not as difficult to fix it at this point. So it would be, in the grand scheme of the remodel and everything else, it would be easy to do, but it is going to lose him his little balcony and his porch that he kind of planned on and had counted on. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's a shame, but, I keep thinking about the vulnerability assessment that the county had this week, and it's just all these one-offs, and,
It's not a good system.
This is closed to public discussion, and we would like for you to respect the board discussion. Go ahead, Margaret.
well, that's just it. I just think that all these one-offs accumulate, and, everybody's held to the same standards.
I think Mr. Ducky can come back out and correct his problem. I think he's realized the code. He's been doing moving in this county for many, many years, and I think he ought to be held responsible for it. We have a motion. We have a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 5.
And can I pose a question? I have
you can, pose the question when you get ready to file an appeal, because we have just made the decision, you will get our determination of a final order, and then you can file an appeal if you do not like the wishes of this board with the circuit court. You got 30, we'll get it to you, you got 30 days from that day to file the petition.
It may be you could just take the roof overhang off of that porch and it could comply, but I don't know
That's
where
not
the
our job,
survey.
that's not our job to give recommendation
I'm just
how he-
telling him that
well,
it-
you can do that after the meeting. If he- Because we're gonna do our business, and if he wants to consult with you, he can. It's not this board's decision to make recommendation for you to go take and correct, and then you come back to this board and say, we did this, or we did that, okay? Pardon me?
I think healthy recommendations are well.
Well, then he can do that after we finish our business.
Maybe you can.
I did. You got 30 days from the time I signed the filed order to go to, file circuit court.
Do you have any recommendations? The metal roof?
Where's the deputy at? You wanna keep running your mouth? Keep running it. I will have you removed.
You should be a little more respectful. The way you talk like you're talking to a dog. You should talk to me with respect. Yes, sir, no, sir. If you're a part of this board. Are we clear on that?
I'm trying my best to finish
try a
this.
little harder.
Get him out of here.
I'm not trying to ask you.
Interrupting the business of this board.
Not to be so rude. You should talk with yes
You
or no.
should not
when
be
you-
so
when you-
rude too, sir.
When you approach me, you talk with respect.
Motion on the minutes,
Motion to approve the minutes.
second. Discussion.
Well, I didn't read them.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain. Well, I didn't read them.
Motion to adjourn,
I make a motion to adjourn.
second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Nothing you could have done to please